Pi network hits 21,000 apps, but critics are still questioning the utility. I know you remember that a few months ago, there was this utility open that you can create apps. A lot of people created apps. I made this video from the former channel that was removed. And then, you know, that a lot of people just create apps, especially when it's a no-coding app. So presently, as of today, there are 21,000 apps on Pi network. The problem now is, what is the utility worth of it? Remember that the only reason why we make all of these apps is so that we can make money. And I encourage people to make those apps, especially if you have, very good ideas that you can try out on it. But presently, it's looking like it doesn't have utility. Is this true or not? Let's go through it all together. Here we have Pi network ecosystems grows rapidly with over 21,000 apps now live on the platform. The milestone follows the launch of Pi App Studio during this year's Pi 2 celebration. The no-code AI-assisted tool helped about 35,000 pioneers to publish 7,600 chatbot apps and 14,000 custom apps. This is mostly built without writing a single line of code, which is incredible. You know, Pi is actually doing things right. I just hope they get things right to the point that their prices will go up. That's just the only thing I'm looking up here. But even as the network touts user-driven growth, industry analysts questions whether these apps provide meaningful utility or simply inflate activity metrics, which is another thing. Look, if it is just to inflate activity metrics, then I begin to smell trouble. You know what this means? It's like if Tinubu comes up and says, we have employed 10,000 people, we have fed 5 million homes. You know, in your mind, you are thinking, who did they employ that I have? No, nobody. Who did my friend or friend or friend or friend? No, nobody. Okay, which 5 million homes did you feed in Nigeria? If you have fed 5 million homes, with what? Is it Gary or Ewa? Or, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of it all, they are just start padding. It happens in football. If you say Martinelli knows how to play, Martinelli's got 7 goals, 14 assists. He has this game ratio. All this nonsense, we can't see it when we are watching. You know, maybe that's what Pi is doing. If Pi is doing that, then we are in trouble. That means they are not really into making these utilities. They are just start padding. Okay, let's continue and see if this is true or not. Pi App Studio makes AI development accessible by using AI-assisted workflows. So all of these they did, but the community built in apps like Pi Trees, which is a puzzle game. Of course, games can never go out, provided it's working, people are really playing. We have the Healthy Life, a chatbot for wellness tips. That's also good. Then we have what they call Black Hole, an astronomy-focused assistance. They are just telling us part of what they have created. This creation shows the ecosystem potential for grassroots innovation. However, Pi Network has clarified that it neither reviews nor endorses this app. Now another massive issue. You see, sometimes innovations are good, but to actually visibly utilize it, it has corner. The reason I'm telling you this is so that you will know. You might have thought that, oh, there is a lot of community behind Pi and the Pi App Studio is doing well, and then that makes you make the decision to go and make purchases again. Please don't buy anything because of this reason, because this is looking like start padding. Because how do you create Pi App Studio and you didn't put anything to review it there, and then all of a sudden you are saying you can create whatever? So a lot of people will create so that they can say things like, we now have 21,000 apps on our App Studio, and you have not reviewed anyone. You have not endorsed anyone. So if I check anything, you can't tell me if what I'm reading or doing or playing is correct, and it's your app that you're asking us to create. So this is another issue. But here, users interact with them at your own risk. Now, if I'm interacting with an app that you told us to create at my risk, that means they can wipe out my credit card using a game. That means I might just want to read something healthy about one astronomy, and they have already wiped my future and my generation to come. Just because all these people that are pretending as if they don't know what they are doing, they are coders. They code. They might have added something somewhere that once you click, boom. Ask me how the other channel went away. So is it not just one line of something that somebody clicked and then boom, everything is gone? You see what I'm saying? And now they are, I can't interact with it at my own risk. And what's now the utility value of something we cannot interact with? Please talk to me in the comments. What is that utility value? You cannot guarantee that the apps on your platform is something we common man can use. So why did you allow them put it up there? You should have done due diligence. This one is not good from Pi, I must confess. But that's not all. Another major feature from Pi 2 Day 2025 was the launch of ecosystem directly stakings. These utility allow pioneers to stake their Pi tokens to elevate an app's visibility within the network. The same app you cannot guarantee is the one who will use a Pi to stake, and then it goes up in visibility so that most people can see it and use it, and you have not really guaranteed it. You see, over 37.7 million Pi was staked during this launch window. Of course, you can stake, not like you lose your Pi, you just take it for visibility and you can collect your thing back. With more than 25 million Pi still active. I think some people just left their Pi there. That's why it's still active. You see why I said it's like they start padding. They like just mentioning all these figures, millions, thousands and all, and it's really not really doing anything. And this is coming as a disappointment to me, I must say, because when we started this app studio, I thought it was a game changer. I felt like, oh, this is going to make something tilt in, in favor of the price, because nothing concerned with Pi like that. It's just the price I'm looking at. I'm a loyal member of Pi. I'm a loyal miner, but at least before my loyalty, let me make more money now. You know what I mean? I bought Pi about $1,200. Until now, it's still the same thing. Not the price, but it has gone down a little because I bought around 0.4, 0.6. So the ones I bought on 0.4 is still the same, but the one I bought at 0.6 had gone down by 2 cents. So times the about $700 or thereabout, or $600 I bought, so it has reduced a little. And now you are telling us that this utility we felt will let people start transacting in Pi is not something you guarantee, and that it's not something you can review. So what are you telling me? I'm not really happy with this, I must say. Around 1450 apps receive support from 16,700 unique users. They are saying about 1,450 were used by 16,700, which is good. This is good. Let's continue. This move introduced a Web3 native method of community curation instead of algorithm-driven feeds. App discovery now depends on how much Pi the community is willing to stake, literally investing in what they value. Okay, this is good. I just wish they can just review few ones and probably pay them differently. But now they are saying we are not reviewing, but you guys can just stake your Pi to show that you love what is going on here. Of course, we can love anyone. For example, if anybody creates an app that can stream football, that one go trend where they go stake. You can withdraw your stake back, so it's not like you're losing, but at least it validates the app. But the question now is, what if they have embedded something that will remove my esophagus inside? I mean, my account balance. So, or my bank account or my YouTube channel again. Or that's where the technicality now is. And then all of these is not affecting the price, which is my own point of view. No matter the gymnastics going on in the market, let it affect the price. Price pressure casts shadows over ecosystem buzz. Despite rising activity within the Pi ecosystem, Pi's price performance continued to weigh in on sentiment. Over the past week, Pi has faced sharp volatility. The token has dropped from above 0.47 on July 15 to low below 0.435 on July 17. Short-lived intraday rallies on July 18 and 19 failed to hold. The price briefly rebounded to 0.455 before it restated again, and by July 21, Pi stabilized at nearly 0.45 mark. Let's see what it is today. Pi is 0.44. It has gone down. You see that? It don't come down again. 0.44. So it's not really doing well. I must say this is not what I suspected. But we just have to keep moving because there's a verdict here that I want us to see. It says Pi network community continues to show strong engagement with tens of thousands of users built up and millions of tokens staked in support. Of course, and we are still mining heavily. The Pi community is mining heavily. We have linked that to it because we know they agree. We know they agree for anybody, especially if it's a Nigerian thing. And of course, this is Nigeria. Pi App Studios has opened new doors to non-tech builders in crypto. Still, the question around the long-term utility, app quality, and token value lingers. As Pi prepares for future mainnet transaction, the pressure is on to convert momentum into measurable outcomes. You get that? It's not easy, I know, but please don't make your decision to buy based on that Pi app. If you think that, oh, they now have plenty utility, until something begins to work on in the utility world to really impact the marketplace and impact the price, please don't go and buy because of that. Of course, you can buy more Pi based on some other things. Yes, that would be good, but not because of that price to do. The volatility, everything that has happened to it had not pressurized this more than 0.45, so which is a good indication. You can buy to keep if you want to keep your money for a longer time, maybe like 1 year, 2 years. But if you are looking to trade in the market, please continue to trade and don't just go and waste your money buying only pie. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.